Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing a vintage? We are doing a special live stream. For it is my birthday. The advent of my birth. Marvelous. How are we all? Oof. I hope you are well. We have much to talk about. Not really. We've got something to talk about. I have a lot of messages. I'm just hold on. I'm sorry, I'm just miles away at the minute. I am... What am I? Jesus Christ! Celine Dion's died? Pissed off, that can't be real. No, she hasn't. Of course she hasn't. This is the same person who told me Sharon Stone had died a while ago. And she hadn't. No. Not Celine Dion. Surely you're talking shit. She is talking shit. I'm not having that. What a terrible way to start the stream. Yeah, Robbie Coltrane's died as well. Ain't nobody reporting that. Fucking Celine Dion's not dead, give our. Jesus, shit me so there. Can't be true. As my mate's trying to tell us, and it's just not, I'm just not having it whatsoever. That can't be the case. Sorry, everybody, I'm totally ignoring the comments. I'm sure my mate's just saying this to try and fucking take the piss. But it's nowhere to be seen. Like, it's not on fucking Twitter. Twitter would be alive with it. It's not on fucking... It's not anywhere, like... Right. Let's just sort myself out. Hagrid died, yes, that's right. Robbie Coltrane, 72. I didn't realise he was 72. 72, it's not, it's nearly good. I can't be that old in duck years. Sorry, this is completely discombobulated as I'm all over the place now. I'm trying to just tell her that's just total shit. I'm trying to reinforce the point that's just total shit. It's been a weird old day. It's been a weird old day. I had me after the stream last night, right, I had my bottle of the moon on sale on my eBay. And I decided to send out an offer. There was like 15. There wasn't 15. There was like 12 or 13 people watching it, right? And I decided to send out an offer to everybody who was watching it for like 450 quid. And I sent it out, right? And I didn't get any responses. So when I woke up this morning, I was like, like nobody even like bid below 450. So I went on to the little thing on eBay that tells you like which bids have just been disregarded because they were below your minimum threshold for make me an offer. And on those, eBay had decided to reject 3 bids of 450 quid, to which I was livid. So I got in touch with eBay, and eBay were like, oh dear, we're going to have to escalate this case because that shouldn't happen. Deepest apologies. Nah, Taffy. Shout out to Celine. She will go on and on. Very good. Very good. My friend is talking wet like because it's absolutely nowhere else. She did the same thing with Sharon Stone. All right, people are strange. How bizarre. Where are we? So I need to just send this to Barry Atrion, who asked me to send him a picture, or not even a picture, a link. So, excuse me, Barry Atrion, mate. Oh, I'm getting so many messages. Cheers, John. I need to look into selling. I'm going to sell John a Christmas present. I need to look into sending Jonathan a Christmas present. I have. Dura Rose got us a hat. I shall have to show you a picture of me in this hat. It's outrageous. Thank you, Jenny. Are you up in a lift again? Fragrance Jenny fucking loves being up 50 foot in the air in a lift. Has anybody heard the news about Christopher Chong? He's not dead. Don't worry. Christopher Chong is very much alive. But apparently he's the new artistic director at Thameen, which can only be good news for Thameen, but I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest with you, because Thameen ain't great. I ain't gonna lie. I've tried a few things by Thameen, and I literally can't remember any of them, which just goes to show just like what they are. Not ideal. I beg your pardon. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to read the chat. Michael John, happy birthday. Thank you. Phil Stevens, is today a birthday? Happy birthday. Thank you. Mitch, today's the day we burst from the womb. Welcome, James. Is it your birthday? It is your birthday today, isn't it, James? Happy birthday. Thank you, James. And happy birthday to you. May you live a life as long as it takes to use all your back. Yes, thank you, Pradeep. Cheers, Phil. Has the birthday prosy I ordered for you shown up yet? If not, I want my $35 back. She was a bad woman. She was a bad woman in the best and worst of ways. Drawn by sense. Best wishes. Thank you. Shiva, happy 37th trip around the sun. Thanks, man. I am glad to be going around the sun at the same time as all of you. Well, most of you. Galen as well, I suppose. Everyone's scent of the day. Better be Balenciaga pour on. No, actually, I wore. What did I wear? What the hell did I wear? I wore Vintage Derby. absolutely outrageous. I smelled classy as fast. I almost smelled too good. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh. I went to see the Lindisfarne Gospels. I should really post some pictures, like. It was good. Happy birthday, Rich. May all your wishes come true. Cheers, Taffy. Hugs to Taffy. Robbie Coltrane, Harry Potter actor. Yes, he was in James Bond. He was... Yeah, my mates just texted us and said, yeah, you're right, it was a hoax. Yeah, no, yeah. It would be everywhere. It would be everywhere. You can't say that when I've just gone on stream, Christ. Hagrid died, says John. I know. Did Roger gift you his latest $500 50 mil clone? No, not this time. Strangely, maybe next year. Happy birthday! Thank you for all you do, says Antonio. Thank you, Antonio. Paroli says there's a French Canadian who almost gave me a heart attack. Nah, she's never dead, man. Shoot, like Taffy says, she will go on and on. Lol. Ooh. Excuse me whilst I apply Michael Harness's brilliant socks. I highly recommend these socks to anybody. Like, they are good. Jura Rose got me a hat. It's like a flat cap. Everybody, excuse me, whilst I rehydrate the hydration, pouring myself a pint of hydration. Oh. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So, I got a hat. I'm very happy with my hat. Everybody loves it, apart from my mother, who says it puts 20 years on us. Which just makes us want to wear it even more. I look vintage. I got a box off Peter. Peter from Fragrance View very kindly sent me every sample he's ever got, which was very kind. I'm fucking, like, some of the stuff in there's good as well. You know, it's good stuff. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. And it's always nice to get a big unexpected box on your birthday, you know. Nothing bad ever, like, if you get a box, right? Like, nothing bad comes out of a box, you know. Cheers, Margie Nawaji. Thank you very much. You are very kind. It's nice to see you. Happy 69th, says the Scent Reaper. Cheers, Scent Reaper. I can't believe me mate's done that to us. Hooligan. I'm going for my flu jab tomorrow. Christ. In fact, I need to set an alarm. Ooh. Oh. One moment, please. 2, 3, it certainly does. Sorry, I'm just answering questions for Barry Atrion, who was asking me questions about technology, and if he if he knew me better, he would know that is a huge task. Oh, but it does. It's good to have people who, you know their stuff about other stuff, you know. Like, say he was ask me for something about, I don't know, like batches of fucking Quid Russi by Chanel, or even Girl On these days. I'll be able to help him. I went for an Italian today, an Italian meal, that is. I didn't like spring on an Italian, you know. Lovely. A restaurant. It's lovely to have a restaurant, you know, you can go to and it'll just be great. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everybody should have a restaurant like that. Sorry, I need to catch up with these chats, so let us crack on. Happy birthday, you massive tart, says Jura. Cheers, Jura. Lovely Jura. Happy birthday, my friend. Cheers. Cheers, Jonathan. You're most lovely. Erin says, holy crap, glad that's not true. On a happy note, happy birthday. Cheers, Erin. Sorry about that, Erin. It's the same friend that tried to tell us Sharon Stone had died. And I know Sharon Stone had a stroke. Like when she was young, and I mean like in her 30s or early 40s. And like my mate was like, oh, she's died of a stroke. And I was like, oh no, not again. And I I didn't ring one of my friends being like, oh my God, Sharon Stone's died. But I was like talking to one of my friends and I was like, oh no, Sharon Stone's died. And she was like, no, she hasn't. And I was like, Shahar. She was like, well, it's absolutely nowhere on the news. And I was like, oh. And then I checked and it was, I got back to my mate and I was like, oh, it's bollocks. And she was like, oh God, it is bollocks. The article was like 20 years old. I was like, what? Happy 60th birthday. Cheers, DJ. Certainly feels that way. Happy birthday. Cheers, Paroli. Welcome, friends. Today is our birthday. It's all of our birthdays, Frank. That's right. Happy vintage birthday, says Anuj. Thanks. Rachel is here. I know Rachel in real life. And her man, Stephen. I know Stephen in real life as well. Welcome, Rachel. Happy birthday, Rich. Cheers, Enrique. Hagrid died, right? Yes, unfortunately, Hagrid has perished. He was in James Bond. He was in Harry Potter. He was in Cracker. It was Spy and Mash that actually told me that was true, which is very sad because I really like Robbie Coltrane, actually. He was in Blackadder back in the day. That was my first exposure to him. He was in a couple of James Bond films as the Russian spy. He was a fellow big unit as well. I'm always sad when a big unit dies. Is your mate the same as the people who keep posting rest in peace Joe Rogan? It could be, you know. You are 157 in duck years. I feel every single one of them, mate. Every single one of them. Lol, says Anuj. Indeed, I totally agree. Happy birthday, my friend. Cheers, Nick. Nick, did you buy any of those? I feel like I've asked you before. Did you buy any of those Balenciagas? Oh, no, you didn't. You were worried they wouldn't arrive before you left. Ah, a shame. A shame. Happy birthday, bro. Cheers, Adam. Natalia, lovely Natalia, who has sorted me out. Me and Natalia have sorted something out. I've managed to get myself a bottle of something, so that's good. Shout outs to Celine. She will go on and on. Happy birthday. Cheers, Val. Thank you, Val. It's nice to meet you, Val. Frank says, today my scent of the day is Killian Single Malt. Craved it after yesterday's chat. Aha. I do that sometimes with certain smells. I'll be like, somebody will mention it. It used to happen with New Harlem, but I've got it now. I wore it this week. Today I wore Vintage Derby. And I took a little vial out with it so I could just like reapply. And reapply I did. Eugene. Happy birthday. Wish you all a great 69th stream. Lol. 69th. Lol. Harrison Ford. Clint Eastwood. Scorsese next, says Pradeep. What, they're not all dead, are they? That can't be right. Shipra Palatan, Natalia is wearing. Fragrance Journey, you are the goat. Life of American Pie. Hello, friends. Scent of the day. Frederick Mall Cologne Indelible. Ooh, I've got that. Too cold to be wearing that here, though, unfortunately. Just sprayed a little Balenciaga for the duck. Happy birthday. Cheers, man. I like the idea that out there somewhere, someone is smelling Balenciaga pour homme. Harrison Ford has several plane crashes left, says Frank. Chong is where, says Natalia. Yeah, apparently he's turned up at Thameen. Happy birthday, mate. Cheers, Stephen. Mona Diorio customer services ass. What's wrong with Mona Diorio's customer service? I imagine that customer service is ass. It's not as bad as YouTube's. eBay was quite decent about it because they were like, oh, we'll escalate this madness I'm going to ask them that when I do eventually sell the moon, that they don't take any fees, and I'll take that as compensation. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Frank's it's the mean, eh? Only own one, and only one I own and tried is carved oud. It's what oud wooden tank should have been. Pretty much a strong clone. Yeah, hopefully he pulls it round there, because Thameen ain't great for my nose. James, happy birthday, boss. Yes, welcome, James. The 14th. Today is the fuck me, what is it? It's the day of the Battle of Hastings. The anniversary of the Battle of Hastings. The day in which Britain was born. Prin Aranyaka today, says DJ. Sent for today and most Fridays. Shipra Palatan. It's just beautiful, says Shiva. People fucking love that stuff. I think I've got a sample somewhere. It wasn't one of those ones, because I was expecting, same with Burnham Barbershop. I was expecting to just be hit by it and just be like, oh, I must immediately buy this lest I perish. And it just didn't happen. I need to. What's a hoax? A hoax is when someone like does something and pretends to fool other people. It's like a lie. Dave Counter Cigars. Hello, RM. Interlude is the strongest cologne I own. I'm looking for a recommendation for 2 more strong ones from you. I would love them to also smell great. Happy birthday. Dave. Whew. Oud Satin Mood Extract. Enrique is right underneath you there, mate. That's a massive fragrance. And you can buy it, you know, it's out there. It's like readily available retail and stuff. Oh, something else that's massive. I'm trying to think of something that isn't sweet. Because Oud Satin Mood Extract is sweet. What else? What else is massive that I've got that's relatively modern? I'll come back to you. Mate. Ooh. A sock of the day stance tab, says Frank. Bamboo socks. Not sure about that. What's the big number, James? I think James is a year younger. Or 10 years younger. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's like his top notes are a little bit better than mine. There's Margie. Cheers to Margie. You look great for 69. Happy 69, says the Scent Reaper. Cheers, man. John, I'm 36, so slightly fresher than the duck. That's right. He's got his top notes are in a better situation than mine. John, old but old enough to party. Yes, Duck's vintage. James just discontinued. Sismon Pacho. Happy birthday. Thanks, man. Shizmon. I need to practice your name. Sorry about that. But thank you for happy birthday. I posted a pic of Rich in his hat on my Instagram. Follow, like, and subscribe to see it. I wasn't expecting that. But okay. Blimey, says the Scent Reaper. I keep telling people to stock up on me while they still can't, says James. Rachel, you were amazing on the vintage stream last night, flexing those rare bottles. Rachel does have rare and vintage beasts. Why do they keep taking the talented ones to the other side while Madonna gets to stay? Madonna, I saw her on TV where she was wearing very little about 6 months ago, and it was so rough. It was so rough. Oh, no. Why do they keep taking... Oh, sorry, brother. Hi, Rich, how are you? I'm fantastic and doing very well. I'm glad to hear that, Ali boy. Lots of moving hands. I'm wearing Phileas by Nina Ricci, says Sismon. Sen Reba says, I'm excited. My Coromandel arrives today. Nice. Bella sends, hello, Vic. I, Bud, just wanted to say happy birthday to you. Thank you, man. Happy birthday, says Dino. Thank you, Dino. You are very kind. Everyone is. Adzi, happy birthday, Rich. You're not going to believe this, but it's my birthday as well today. That's 3 of us. Germs' birthday as well. And there was somebody on the radio today who was like, it was like a producer, and the presenter was like, oh, it's the producer's birthday today. My mate was like, oh my God. So there's like 3 of us on the stream who have got birthdays today. And there's loads of people. I think it's Cliff Richard's birthday as well, but we don't talk about Cliff Richard. My mum used to tell me I was named after Cliff Richard. I was raging. Happy birthday. Thanks, Leroy. Top 10 cents Libra would wear. Lucha Libra. Like Creed's history. Mad coincidence, isn't it? Thanks, Rudy. I don't know if Rudy's listening, but he just sent us a message saying happy birthday. Cheers, man. Thameen Neuro Lane Taif. Smelled like royal oud to me. He'll definitely not do, well, if his previous history's to go by, I can't see Christopher Chong doing clones. He'll do some mad shit that's like completely different, you know? He'll do some. He'll turn that brand around. You know, I'm like, just on the weight of Christopher Chong's reputation. Like, I'm excited to smell what they do next. If it's true. But with Rose. Powdy Mizu, hello. Happy birthday, Daddy Duck. Thanks, man. Superpolitan smells a little different every time I wear it. That's a good sign. Friday is my weird day to wear it, just so I can keep up with actual time. I get that. I get what you're saying, you know, because I can tell what day it is by like which sort of like medications, by which medications I take, and like certain things that I do on certain days. You know, I have spaghetti bolognese every Tuesday, right? And that's how I just know what day of the week it is. That was like, when was the last time I had spaghetti bolognese? It was like 3 or 4 days ago. It must be Friday, you know. But I had it today at a restaurant. It was very nice. It was very nice. Portofino in Newcastle. Have you ever been in Newcastle? Lovely place. Lovely people. It used to be a big bank, like an old-fashioned bank from the 1800s, and it's got like tiles on the wall, and you'd think it would be freezing, but it's actually really quite warm. It's very nice. Jay-Z, welcome, Hove. Happy birthday, Rich. Scent of the day, Ammo Wash, Interlude, Black Iris, a big beast. A big beast. I'm liking how people are wearing big, powerful fragrances today. This warms the cockles of my heart. Not sure what to sample next is, DJ. Get the zoologist sample set. Well worth the money. Get the, oh, fuck me, what's it called? I've just done it, man. The Eldo sample series. The Eldo sample set. Brilliant. I just ordered the Arige Lador 7th sample set. $80, you know, for 6 fragrances, but I'm intrigued. Isn't Gary Glitter's birthday today? Oh, DJ, how are you? Oh my God, that rings a bell as well, you know. Louis Anthony Reyes. Hello. Happy birthday, Rich. Enjoy. Get a good cold beer. I just may. Shizmon Pacho says, a Libra would have at least 20 fragrances in a top 10 because we're so indecisive. Yeah. Absolutely no doubt. I would try and fit in at least 20. That's why I don't do many top 10s, because it's like people putting screws on your fingers, you know. Comfort and Sense, welcome. Happy birthday, Rich. Hope you have had a great birthday weekend. Thank you. Nice to see you. Interference says, hello, man. Hope you're having a tremendous day. Cheers. Just deposited into the Covfefe fund. You are too kind. Thank you, the Scent Reaper. I have had a few there. I'll have to reply when I get off the stream. Otherwise, I'll be on. I can't do two things at once. I can barely do one thing at one time. So much kindness. So much goodness. People are nice. Steph says, happy birthday, Duck. Get the donos in for the goated. Steve the Greek? It's not Redolescence, is it? No. Sorry about that, Steve. Happy birthday, Rich. Thanks, Steve the Greek. Shimon Pacho says, I need to say that. I like it very much. I get a kick from basil and its dryness. Chinese or Indian takeaway for Mitch. Oh, I couldn't eat another thing, mate. Honestly, I'd explode. Had to stop in to say happy birthday, says Just Add Light. Duck in hell, man. We getting old. It's true. DJ says red sauce or brown sauce on a bacon roll, tomato sauce every time. But not every time. Sometimes I like a bacon sandwich without any. Now. I know. No bacon. No, sometimes I just want to taste the bit, especially if it's good quality bacon. You know, like bacon you get from the butcher and it's top bacon. Usher, Roger Moore, and Ralph Lauren are all October 14th birthdays as well. Oh, James Bond, one of the James Bonds anyway. Ralph Lauren, one of Ralph Lauren's Polo Sport. Polo Sport was like the scent of my like 15s, 16s. The girls loved it. It was such good stuff. Red sauce or brown sauce, I've read that. I'm at the end of the chat. Outrageous. It's also Usher's birthday. Abe, welcome. Happy birthday again, Rich. Wishing you all the Balenciaga pour on till your heart's content. Thanks, man. Cheers, Abe. Bel Essence, bye, Rich. Cheers, Vic. See you soon. Hello, Rich, Mitch, and everybody. Hello, Omar. Woof. Abe says, by the way, the leather oud I received is glorious. Do you get the beeswax from it? That creamy, salty kind of like vibe in like the leather. And then it's got this like little bit of sweetness from the beeswax. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really like leather. I might wear leather oud tomorrow. I might wear Balenciaga pour on tomorrow. I don't know. Scent of the day, Comme des Garçons. Black by Comme des Garçons. And happy birthday, Mr. Rich. Thanks, man. It's taken us half an hour to get through the chat. Good Lord. But here we are. So what else was I going to tell you? I told you my story about the eBay thing. Like eBay rejected a couple of offers that I'd received for the money that I'd wanted for the item. You know, I offered it out for $4.50 for a bottle of the Moon. If anybody here is looking for a bottle of the Moon, let us know. I've got one and I'm selling it. Good news though. What did I? Got my limits lifted on my eBay account. So now I can start just like listing stuff up to a total of about 4 or 5 grand. I don't know that I've got that much perfume I want to sell, but there is some stuff. I'm really surprised nobody's like offered to buy like Leather blend. I would have thought, because leather blend for a while, you know, it was all the hype. People were raving over it. I've got 4 people are watching it, like. Borsalino Pour Homme as well, you know. Nobody wants that. Creed Tabarome. I've got a vintage Tabarome. Ugh, it's not 100 mil. It's 120 mil. What's happening there? I'm going to have to change my listing summary. I do beg your pardon. Where's the... That's not right. Oops. It's not a 200 mil. I'm going to put... Vintage. It has the juice. Yes, I've also managed to secure a bottle of... Actually, no, I'll tell you when it's done, because I don't want to curse it before it happens. It's exactly the type of thing that would happen to me. I need to test Leather Root again, says Omar. I was not used to anything different. At that time, in my opinion, was bad. I hated it the first time I smelled it. I thought it smelled like a working men's club toilet. It was grim. But then now I love it. I do get the sweetness. My girlfriend also saying it has some sweetness. My friend's daughter sprayed it on, and she's quite dark. She's got dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes. She sprayed it on, and when she smelled it, the first thing she said was like, "Oh, it's sweet." And I was like, "What are you talking about? It smells like piss and leather." And I smelled it on, and I was like, "Oh my God, it does smell sweet on you." And that was the first time I noticed, like, the beeswax. It was very creamy as well. Creamy, sweet leather. A little bit salty. It was beautiful. You know, when you get sweet and salty popcorn. And it's got that, like, but it's also got the butter in it as well. It's got that kind of vibe. Lovely. Abe says, so I know it's not just in my head. Yes. On average, Joe, happy birthday. Cheers, Joe. Joe, I hope you get well soon, mate. I hear you've been under the weather. Scent of the day's Fumery Turk, says James. Nice. Any new perfume for birthday? Sort of, yeah. I've picked up something, Pradeep. I've picked up something, but that's going to remain a secret until I get it, because I don't want to curse it, because it's coming from far away. With the help of one of you, who are lovely. I also... What else? I also got some perfumes earlier this week, which were... I got 5 30ml bottles of Lancetti Uomo, of which I'm sure I'm going to sell a couple. It depends how I feel about it when I get it, but the bloke gave us like a deal on them. And I got a bottle of Mahogany by Etro. And I also got a bottle of Lancetti for Spy and Mash too, because he wants one. So that's good. Scent of the day's Fumery Turk. Any new perfumes? Oh, ever just hike up the prices, says Seymour. Is the moon the one that's similar to Ombre Nomad? There are similarities there, yes, except Ombre Nomad's a little bit more textured, it's a little bit more rough, it's a little bit more sort of... I think I prefer Ombre Nomad. It doesn't have that yawning great amber wood in the base. Don't get us wrong, I like the top and the mid of the moon. I really do like them. It's just... it's just got that amber wood yawn at the end. Yes, they both have raspberry sweetness to me. I've said yawn. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, they both have the raspberry sweetness. Yeah, they've got that kind of berry red, juicy sweetness, yes. I was interested in Ombre Nomad. I was interested in a Moonlight Stroll as well. A Midnight Stroll, I beg your pardon. But I'm not sure how I feel about that now. Interference says that they're not that fair. No, Pradeep says they're not that similar. I was thinking of Midnight Stroll when I was saying they were similar. Scent of the day, vintage Capucci de Capucci women's. Glorious, says Aaron. Ooh. I've got the Capucci, the men's Capucci. And it's great. I've got the older one in the little triangle sort of shaped bottle one. I think it's lovely. But it's a little bit thick for an Italian citrus cologne. If you ever smell it in the vintage version, you'll know what I mean. It's dense for a citrus. It smells more like citrus juice. You know, when I describe music for a while as having the pineapple, and that's very, very like it's very like juice that you've spilled on a counter, like pineapple juice you've spilled on a counter and then just left it and it's dried and the residue's what's left and it's sticky and thick and you could probably like glue your hand to the cabinet with it. You know, it's got that kind of thing going on. Oh, good heavens. Excuse me. It's not a copy, but more similar, says Herb. Yeah, skin chemistry is real. Portrait of a lady is patchouli heavy on me. Interesting. I don't have a lot of patchouli from that. I get more patch from Eugene's, but that's heavy at the top. That's bright, fresh rose at the top. You know? Like it gives me Portrait of a Lady, just that bright, like that big, fresh rose at the top. And then, like, in the dry down, it's different. Shimon says, I hope I'm pronouncing your name. Sorry, mate, if I'm not pronouncing your name properly. But he says, never smelled Iris Silver Mist. Have a chance to get it. Do you think I should go for the blind buy? Do you like iris? Do you like metallic fragrances? Do you like fragrances that smell cold? Because that's what iris smells like. It smells cold. It smells like fresh air. It smells like iris being carried on fresh air. You know? It's like a cool blast. It smells metallic, but not in an overly metallic. It's not so metallic that it's off-putting. Like it's not like putting your tongue on a battery like Ganymede is for me. Ganymede's got that tangy sort of metallicity. Iris Silver Mist's more cool metal, you know. It's fresh in its way, but it's very sheer. Imagine brand new metal, you know, like a brand new alloy. I always think of like a Terminator's arm when I think of Iris Silver Mist. Dushan, welcome. How are you, sir? Scent of the Night, Diaghilev and Vintage Bellamy combined. Outrageous. Which vintage Bellamy is it? Is it the shaker bottle, Dushan? Or is it the re-release from 2002, 2020? Thick, says Barry Atrion. That's me. And welcome, Barry Atrion, and thank you, Barry Atrion. Justin says you've timed the stream perfectly. It's the first time I've timed anything perfectly. Happy birthday, Rich. Thanks, man. Scent of the day is ombre leather, says Justin. Nice. I like ombre leather. Ombre leather is the type of fragrance that you recommend to People who are just getting into like fragrance. It's the type of thing that'll expand your horizons without scaring you too much, you know? No one is buying Uncut Gem on sale for 170 euros, says Pradeep. Launch special presentation. Imagine for 305. I don't wish ill on them. I don't know. I don't want to be like, I try to stop myself now from being that person who's like, I hope bad things happen to you. So I don't want to do that. But what I'd like them to learn, you know? I'd like them to learn from this, and I feel if they took a hit, like if they realised that it just didn't sell, that they couldn't give it away, that it would like teach them like not to do this shit, and this shit is over. You know, don't do this. For God's sake, go back to go back to your core like business. You know. How do you know, says Natalia? It's been posted online for a few days, says Prodi. Shimon says, thanks, sounds good. I don't like the synthetic feel of Ganymedes. I've read that Iris Silver Mist gives a kind of dead vibe and it's holding me back. It doesn't smell like dead body. It hasn't got like jasmine in it or like scatol, or it hasn't got like it hasn't got like cadaverine in it, which Houdini sent me some like something that smelled like it was like cadaverine, the scent of decaying body, and goodness me, woof. I mean, I'm glad he did it. I really appreciate it. It's very kind of him. But if I never smell that again, it'll be too soon. Good heavens. It doesn't smell like that, but it's got this very, imagine, it's like waxy iris, but polished up like fresh metal. That's what it is. Imagine like an iris, like waxy iris smells like it's got a surface. It's got like a sheer kind of surface. Imagine like a polished iris. That's what it smells like. Iris Silver Mist sounds good. Iris Silver Mist, good times when Maurice Roussel was not making a perfume for himself. Oh, God. Tried Ombre Leather Parfum yesterday. It smells almost exactly the same. It's not different enough for us to buy it, and I do like the original enough. Like, I really like the original. It's really good. Life of American Pie says Frederick Mall, uncut gem or uncut cock? It's unfiltered shite, actually. That's what it should have called it. Untreated waste. Do you know what I mean? Raw sewage. Bad fragrance. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. That's how tasty. There's some chewing gum. I don't want that. There's my mints. Not mints. Mints. Excuse me. So, Frederick Malt, sorry, I read that. Pardeep says that is widely available in France, at least for now. Woof, says James. Have you turned into Omar? You're a dog. Shizmon says, cadaverine with some Halloween smelling. Oh, God. It was frightening. I'm not into Shalimar. I just read someone's post and they're all Factophiles videos, says Natalia. Shimon says, closer to Bois d'Argent? No, Bois d'Argent. Which version of Iris Silver Mist is it, Shimon? Because if it's the older version, I would just buy it just because it's the older version. But I collect Serge Lutens like almost separately from collecting fragrances. I collect those old Serge Lutens. But it's one in the black travel sprayer. Yeah. Is it a little version? Is it a little bottle? Excuse me whilst I cough. Is it a little bottle or is it one of the tall Graziel bottles? Yeah, it's a little bottle. If it's just a little bottle, it might be worth just picking it up and seeing how you feel about it yourself, because then if it's a little one, then you haven't spent too much money on it, you know? I don't think it's close to Bois d'Argent, though. Bois d'Argent's a much rounder fragrance. It's Iris Silver Mist's almost linear. It's almost 2D. It's got this cool metal vibe to it. You'll know what I mean when you smell it. It's very hard to conceptualize when I'm explaining it. Maybe I'm explaining it badly. I think Eugene's got it. Eugene would be quite good at explaining it. It's a fantastic fragrance, though. Hello, Justin Hyde. It's fantastic. It's just very, like, conceptual. Yes, duck splaining, says Barry Atron. That's right. Brodeep says, Maurice Roussel hasn't done a proper niche for years. Last good release was Insolence. Rest are all cheapies. He's I fucking hate to say this, he's at the age now where like it's almost like he's dialing it in, you know? And he's like, well, I can make fragrances in my sleep now. Maybe he's done all his creative stuff and he just wants to make some money now. Which you can't, I mean, it's Maurice Roussel. I mean, I joke about how it's outrageous and how it's terrible and I don't like it and stuff like that. But it's Maurice Roussel, you know? He's like, he knows what he's doing. It's just unfortunate in this case, something has gone terribly wrong. Oh, excuse me. I've got two hydration sources at the minute. I've got a bottle and I've got a cup. I've decided to drink from the bottle at the minute. Iris Silver Mist seems to be selling in the USA, nothing in Europe, says Pradeep. Bariatrian says to Justin, Louder for Men, fantastic. They don't make those anymore. It's fabulous perfume. Thanks for the advice, says Simon. No problem. Enrique says, do you think I should get Vanille Havane? Is it a gourmand perfume? It's not so much a gourmand perfume as it is it's more like a mixture of a tobacco and a gourmand. I know that's a fucking ridiculous thing to state, although it's true. It's the vanilla in it doesn't necessarily smell gourmand, but it smells very, very. You will know that it is of a higher quality than most vanillas. Vanilla's so ubiquitous, it's everywhere, and most of it's very poor and very generic, and you've smelled it before, and by God, you'll smell it again. And it's used in girly perfumes. It's used in conjunction with stuff like benzoin, and it's Vanille not like that. Vanille is... Vanille is like... It's the way it's blended as well. It's blended beautifully. It does smell like a proper vanilla tobacco. It's much better than Tobacco Vanille for me, even though Tobacco Vanille was like one of the originators and it's like the standout one in the genre and stuff, simply because of like the selling and the reach and stuff like that. But I think Vanille Havana, I don't feel the need to buy Tobacco Vanille because I've got Vanille Havana. I don't necessarily think it's a gourmand. I might wear it tomorrow now. The new version of Cabo Shah is quite different from the previous. The one in the tall bottle, louder for men, is solid. Yes. Bois d'Argent hasn't a sharp corner in it. It's like clouds, soft, woody, billowy, totally. Absolutely nailed it, Bob. And welcome, Bob, and thank you, Bob. Bob sent us a lovely message today. I really appreciate it, Bob. Maurice Roussel is the Liam Neeson of perfumers. Roussel is a heavy smoker. I wonder if it's that's affecting his work. Could be over time, you know. Could be over time. I hate gourmands and I love Vanille Havana, says Germs. I'm not big on gourmands. Some gourmands. I've got a couple, which, I mean, followed by kerosene. I've seen that Dusan just left a comment there. About, he says, instead of coffee for you, Rich, we will give you a bottle of Followed by Kerosene. I have a bottle of Followed by Kerosene. It is great. I'm really looking forward to the parfum because he's doing a not a flank. Is it a flank? I don't know, but he's doing a parfum thing called Followed, and I think that it is going to be good. Some of his work's really, really good, to be fair. Here's another one. I was talking about North American perfumers. I was talking about self-taught perfumers and stuff. Kerosene's excellent. Excellent. Thanks for the chat. Have to go. Have a great birthday and best wishes. Oh, thanks, Simon. Thanks for coming. The very top of Vanille Havana smells exactly like a glass of blended scotch on the rocks. JW Red, Chivas, etc. Nice. I like the smell of those kind of boozes, but not a big drinker. I've read that. Happy birthday, Rich. Cheers, Phil Stevens. What's your opinion of Paco Rabanne Pour Homme latest formula? Interesting. I've got a bottle from 2013 and it still smells great. I've smelled it in the shop from about 2018, 2019. Not great anymore. The very latest formula, right, isn't great. Me and Richie G were talking about this. The very latest one isn't great. It's got this kind of, it's a little bit, it's got this kind of almost metallic thing going on, and it's not nice. Slightly older bottles, and mate, they're rife online. Mate, you can find them everywhere, mate. Slightly older bottles, just get yourself one that's like 10, 15, 20 years old, and you'll be, it smells like cedar soap. It's beautiful. I forgot that it's your birthday when I messaged you today, says man. He said, sorry and happy birthday. No need to be sorry. Well, thank you. Life of American Pie says, Vanille Havana is to Tobacco Vanille what Guinness is to Bud Light. I can't take Bud. I can't drink Bud. I've never been able to drink Budweiser even when I was young. And, you know, when you're young, you just drink anything. You know, you just want to get pissed. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's going to get you drunk, you'll drink it. I still couldn't drink Budweiser. It just gives a headache. 2 bottles and headache straight away. It's like, oh, the night's over. I've got a banging headache. Bye. Nightmare. Justin says, I watched the Wasp from the Loft talk about Cabo Shah. They said for a long time it was changed and then recently changed back. So a very new bottle smells more like the old version. Interesting. I know that I know that Demaché did that with Fahrenheit, because in the early to mid 2000s it was reformulated and made a lot more vanillic. I think Ramsey was talking about this on his birthday yesterday. Ramsey was talking about this on his video yesterday. Sorry. And he was then like, he was saying the same thing. He was like, and then Demaché came in, reformulated it again. And Fahrenheit's one of those fragrances. It's very rare that this happens, but it's actually from a later reformulation. It's actually been improved. You know? Happy birthday, Signor Mitch. Thank you, Fosco, mate. I appreciate it. Just good info, says Dushan. Yes. Yeah, just like Liam Neeson, pure fantastic artistic skill, but needs to play in shite action movies to pay the bills, says Barry Atron. Yeah. If you've ever seen him in stuff like even Batman Begins, I thought he was a really good Ra's al Ghul. Even though Ra's al Ghul should be like, you know, Middle Eastern sort of thing, you know, because it is an Arabic name. I mean, it's not a name, it's a title. Ra's al Ghul is a title, not a name, which is like how they played it in that. But I thought he was really good at that. Like, and he was really, I mean, obviously Schindler's List, he was fucking amazing in that. But, you know. Artistically speaking, gourmand is a genre that can go a million different directions, but people only do sweet stuff. Yeah, you're totally right. Have you ever smelled jus de peau, though, Life of American Pie? Literally smells like bread and milk. Awesome. Nobody wanted it when it was around. Got discontinued. It's going for £250, £300 for a vintage bottle. Mental. Did anybody see those protesters throw soup on the sunflowers today? I mean, it's in like a box, so like they couldn't actually get to the painting, but they threw soup on it today. Stop oil, just stop oil is what it's called. Yes, that's right. We'll just tear up, like, you know, the blood of the world at the minute. You know. Yes, maybe in future we will get rid of oil, and that'll be nice. But you can't just stop oil. You literally just can't stop it, because everything would come to an end. Just so some kids from the fucking Cotswolds could fucking have a nice time. Little shits. How many bills could Liam Neeson possibly have? He's not even divorced, says Manly Sense. Justin says, Dan and Joe from Waft said 2020 Cabochon will smell closer to the original formula than a 2012 bottle. So they redeemed it by reformulating it back to how it smells back in the day. Yeah, it's kind of like what Demaché did with with Fahrenheit. Well, he's Irish. Maybe he has too many kids, says Barry Atrion. All those baby mamas. Manly, Neeson has a list of bills. Schindler's List of bills. Yes. Yes. He's got a Schindler's List of bills. Justin Height says, after watching Ramsey and then Wasp from the Loft talk about Rochas Femme, I want about Love It Now. What are your guys' thoughts? Stunning. Stunning. I've got like 4 or 5 bottles of it. And like all different vintages as well. I can't wait to wear it. It's getting to the point now where you can wear those slightly sweet, thick, syrupy kind of fragrance. It's stunning. The plum in it's gorgeous. It's one of the best fragrances ever made, I think. Happy birthday, Duck, says Justin. Thanks, man. Aram. Welcome to Aram. Happy birthday, Rich. Quack. Thanks, man. Justin Height says Rochas Femme Parfum de Toilette is gorgeous. Yeah, I've got the Parfum de Toilette. Have I got Eau de Toilette? I've got Parfum as well. Maybe I'll do a comparison one day. I'm going to do a video tomorrow. And I was going to do a video, and I knew what video I was going to do, and it's completely slipped me mind. I'll remember. I might do the Guerlain versus Chanel Cuir de Russie comparison. Rochas Femme is the fragrance for the opera. Yes. Yeah, but hey, says Frank. Welcome, Frank. Did I hear Budweiser, says Shiva? Blasphemy. Awful stuff. Awful stuff. I remember Grand Theft Auto used to have a thing. It was Grand Theft Auto 5 or something. You would go into a bar and where you could play darts or something. And next to the dartboard was an advert for Pisswasser. Right, and it was obviously it was obviously taking the piss out of Budweiser. Although it was very funny. Manly Sense says, wasn't it Russian Adam that praised Rochas Femme as well? Raz means head in Arabic. That's right, Manly Sense. It means head of the devil. Hey, Hillary. How are you? I hope you are well. Yes, Raz means head in Arabic. So Raz Al Ghul means head of the devil. So it's like a title rather than an actual name. You know? Better Russian Adam than Saddam Hussein says, do sound, dear me. Lol, I heard from a lady back in the 80s here and all the young girls would get the green bottle of cologne for a birthday party because it was so jaw-dropping sexy. Paco Rabanne pour homme. Yes. I love that stuff. Just buy Bogart's signature instead of Paco Rabanne pour homme, says Justin. I'm a Liam fan, says Frank. Liam Neeson was bare-knuckle boxing champion and he did it relieve the tension of teaching in Northern Ireland. Well, I mean, teaching in Northern Ireland, he'll do it. Paco Rabanne pour homme was sold to Ramsey's father. Paco Rabanne pour homme's glorious. I really don't get that much similarity between Paco Rabanne pour homme and Bogart's signature, says Manly Sense. Bogart is so much more rugged. Soup on a painting, very effective, says James. Anyone try Halston 112? I love it. Great if you love Paco Rabanne pour homme or Bogart's signature, says Justin. Ali Boy says, Rich, if you ever want to swap the moon, I have 100ml tobacco wood and like 45ml of Fila Nargile in a 50ml black label bottle. I'll try and email the next time I am free. Email away. We could try and sort something out. I'm not sure I would go just for that. But we could try and sort something out, you know. Ooh, excuse me. I'm not above swapping. Swapping sound. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Oh. Shala blah blah. Bren says, just popped in, Rich. Happy birthday, big man. Thank you, Bren. I appreciate it. Nice to see you. Justin says, Schindler's List was a masterpiece. I thought Ben Kingsley was really good in it as well. Ben Kingsley's an underrated actor. Frank says, USA needs nuclear power back, supports electric grid for cars and also to power desalination plants to address drought. I would agree that nuclear power is, I like nuclear power personally. It's safe. It's safe when it's not done on the cheap. You know, people would say it's like the Soviet thing. It wasn't necessarily that the Russians made a bad, well, they did make a bad reactor. What they did is they cut corners, is they tried to do it cheaper. If you do it properly and with things that you know work, it's safe enough. If you don't, then it's an absolute disaster waiting to happen, like Chernobyl, like 3 Mile Island. You know? But if you build them properly, oh shit, Juju. Are you okay? Juju, chill. Breathe, sweetheart. You'll be okay. Heart stuff frightens me. Have they given you any beta blockers? This is the first I've heard of this. Everyone saying hello to Hilla. Happy birthday, says Michael. Thank you, Michael. I'm wearing your socks, Michael. Thank you very much. Frank says, this is the chat of good fragrance taste. Thank you. Choo-choo. Choo-choo-choo-choo-choo-choo-choo-choo-choo. How is everyone doing today, says Michael. Yara loves Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. I'll have to find some of this Halston. Have you got any of the vintage, though, Hilla? It's incredible sauce. Like, Jonathan might be able to sort you out. Or Aram. Or you might just be able to find some on the eBay. The eBay. Goodness? Goodness me. Thank you, Juju, for saying happy birthday. I hope you're okay. I'm sure you will be. Hospital's the best place if you're not feeling well. I beg your pardon. Sorry for coughing in your ears. Phil Stevens says, the reason I was asking is I can get 200 mil for Paco Rabanne for $35. Yeah, they sell it double cheap these days. As that's what happens with vintage like stuff. They sell modern phone. It's like Rochas Femme. Rochas Femme you can get for like $30 now. It's beautiful. It's better than anything else you'll find. It's better than like Sauvage. It's better than like the Montclair fragrance. It's better than most of the stuff Creed sells. It's better than like 90%, 95% of stuff that's being released by designer houses these days. My advice to you, Phil, is go and smell it for yourself, mate. Get a tester. Just go to the shop, find it lurking somewhere, and it will be lurking somewhere. Make sure it's okay. Make sure you like it. And if you like it, then go and get yourself 200 mil. Aram's got one of those huge bottles, like 400 mils. I'm sure they are. Huge things. Beautiful. He's got a few of them. He's like a conservator, you know? It's like saving it for future generations and that. Juju, I just got an EKG done. An EKG done. My heartbeat won't stop racing. I hope you're okay. It's my asthma. Been bad since I had COVID. At least you know what's causing it. I've got asthma too, to be fair. Sorry, I've just coughed in sympathy for you there. But I hope you're okay. You're in the best place. My scented is Wafts from the Loft by Sarah McCartney, says Michael. I love good bitter sour frag, like Polo, Lauda for Men, Zeno or Aramis 900 with that beautiful sour rose. Also Yadigan with those bitter leaves. What are some more great bitter sour fragrances, says Justin. What are some more bitter sour fragrances that are good? I got a little bit of... did I though? No. Leave it with us. I'll have a think. I'll probably have to go to the... the cabinet to have a look. Excuse me as I drop a little 69. There we are. It's not my usual little 69, but it is a 69. No vintage, just what was randomly being sold at Sam's Club. Huh. There should be some out there in the world, though. You know, like if you look on the eBay, or if you look on the eBay, or if you look on the Mercari, if you're in the United States, or if you look on the Etsy, the online, on the line, if you will. Happy birthday, Rich. Cheers, Pat Lester. How are you, mate? What's that special scent of the day you chose on your birthday? Today I wore Vintage Derby. Yes. Nice. And it was nice as well. Took a little 2 ml sample vial thing out with us. And just threw it on while I was lurking around town in the museum. Was looking at some vintage books and some vintage rocks. Some vintage stone crosses. If you're into early Christianity in Northern Europe or in Ireland, you may be interested in the Lindisfarne Gospels, if that's your thing. Happy birthday, my friend Duck. Cheers, Juju. I hope you feel better, Juju. I'm sure they'll be able to sort you out, man. Happy birthday, Rich, says Dushan. Thank you. Vintage Timbuktu would be a good gift for you. You are very kind, Dushan. Did you get my email yesterday? My email address. Sorry for coughing in your egg. It was a second. Coming out in sympathy with Juju to make us cough. Happy birthday, Duck 69. Cheers, Joey Canali. Got a celebrity in the chat. Scent of the Day, Nuit Etoilée by Goutal. I haven't smelled that Matrax. I've got a couple of vintage Anet Goutals, which I'm thinking of selling. Just, I'm not huge on them. The vetiver one's a little bit dark for me. Like, it's like a black tarry vetiver. Leroy says, you can't have that discussion about nuclear plants. Unfortunately, people get very angry when I argue in favor of it. I understand why people are passionate about it, because, I mean, if that shit goes wrong, it goes wrong in a big way. But I must admit, if they were built properly and they were built, I mean, nobody wants them to go wrong, do they? You know? Nobody wants them to go wrong, because if it does, it's not the type of thing that just stays like within a localized area. Like, if it goes wrong, we're all in serious trouble, you know? So it's in everybody's interest to, like, hopefully have that shit work out for the best. Favorite Caron, says Matrax. Le Troisième Homme. Le Troisième Homme. I like that one. That's a big 69, says Joey. That is a big 69. Usually I just have a little 69, you know? Just a little one. But it's me birthday, so I'll have a big one. We have no choice here in the West Coast. Watch tree huggers bless their heart, says Frank. The thing is, on the West Coast, you've got lots of sun. I mean, I know the sun doesn't always shine, and the wind doesn't always blow. But there's like deserts in the United States and stuff. Just stick fucking solar panels down, you know? Like, I think you should do it the same way that you do with like an economic, like if you've got investments, they'll always tell you to have a mixed portfolio. And I think you should do that with your energy as well. And that includes some fossil fuels, because you know that shit is reliable, you know? We should try and reduce, I'm not saying get rid of it, just reduce dependence on any one given. I would say that, say if it was nuclear that provided all the power, I would say we should try and reduce our reliance on nuclear and like bring up other stuff up to speed, you know? Just get a mixed portfolio, spread it round a bit, you know, so we're not dependent on anything. I'm on my way to town. Just popped in to say I'm thinking about you, my friend Duck. Love to all. Cheers, Michael. Thank you. Afternoon, Micah. Happy name day, Duck. Thanks, man. Feel better, Miss Juju, says Bob. Rest up and you will be good as new. Hopefully you will have the treatment. And you will feel better. I'm concerned. Asthma's not to be sniffed at. I've got asthma. It's not bad, but not being able to breathe's got that sort of claustrophobic sort of shit going on. I do beg your pardon. Vinted has some great deals. At times, someone will put up Chanel Hermes Guerlain for 20 to 30 euros, says Pradeep. There's a guy on there called Palastes, or his name is Jean. He's French, but he lives in Japan. And he brings stuff over from Japan and sells it in Europe. I think he lives in Japan, but he's like a Frenchman by birth. And the stuff he sells is absolutely immaculate. And it's brilliant stuff as well, you know. But he knows what it costs. And he gets it from Japan as well, so they know what it costs as well. There's a lot of expensive, but it's pristine stuff when you buy from Japan. I mean, obviously, it's beautifully taken care of. Like, even the boxes and everything are, like, in really good condition. Because I bought some stuff off them before. That's where I got me Cologne Concentrate, the Egoists from. Pristine. Apps and the fragrance, like the scents themselves literally smelled like they came out yesterday, you know. But you'll pay for that privilege. And if that's your thing, then you're willing to, because you can't put a price on quality. Well, you can, unfortunately. Yes, I have your email, Rich. Excellent, Dushan. I got 2 bottles, excuse me. I need to show Shiva Varine's comment because it said nuclear. I got 2 bottles of Portos at the little perfume shop by my house that I always talk about. $30 each, says Justin. Bargain. Bargain. I just sold my bottle to Ramsey. And I hope he enjoys it. Favorite histoires de parfum, underrated house, says Matrax. Probably the Marquis de Sade, excuse me. I am sorry. Probably the Marquis de Sade. But I have not smelled a lot of their stuff. Do they do a sample set? Because that could be one of the next ones that I buy. I'm always looking for a good sample set to try. You know? I'm always looking for a good sample set. I've become a big advocate of sample sets. I think more brands should do them. I think they're fun. I think they're interesting. And I think they can save you a shitload of money. Because if you blind buy stuff and you don't like it, there's nothing worse. Fortunately for me, I should say, not unfortunately, fortunately for me, I haven't had any really bad experiences. I've had a couple. Cooper Square, which was suggested by Max 40, and I've never forgiven him. That was horrific. I promptly ended up selling that to Richie G. I don't know if Richie G wears it very much, but he seemed to like it. Sorry. Yeah, I like myself some sample sets. Did everything check out, Juju, says Frank? Blood pressure, EKG, pulse ox. I think she's actually in the hospital now, mate, so she was in the chat before, so I'm hoping that's a good sign. Leroy says, shit, I am 5 minutes behind the stream. It's okay, Leroy. Take your time, mate. Do you want us to wait? I'll just wait for 5 minutes if you want until you catch up, mate. Excellent birthday scent of the day, Duckman, says Franks. Franks? Frank? There is only one Frank, of course. Pradeep says, lol, Sebastian just put out a funny video, pink me up. Shiva says nuclear power is the safest energy source around to produce. People have been brainwashed into thinking it's such a danger. Chernobyl was human fuckery at its ultimate. Yes, totally.
if you do it and do it properly, it's safe. I agree. I'm much more in favor of nuclear than I am with. But you know, like you say, it's human buffoonery. Like, just you've got to have the right systems in place, and you've got to have the. I don't know. You said you were doing a minis video, says Bob. Yes, I will be. But it's going to be a big video, that, you know, there's a lot of minis to get through. And I've added a couple. I got a vintage Ambra Sultan, the old Serge Luton minis that I used to do, little 5mm minis, just fucking beautiful. I got a Dunhill Blend 30 recently too, which is lovely. I think it smells like Santos though. But anyhow, that's by the by. I've got loads of minis. I'm a huge mini fan. It's like my secret little side, like, kink, as far as that's, because you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can get the scent, you know, it's like a sample, but you also get a mini version of like a bottle too, you know, which is awesome. It's a shame they don't do shit like that anymore. Sorry. Nick says, I sent you some Histoire de Parfum a few weeks ago. You certainly did. My samples are all in the other room waiting to be sorted, because I got my desk last week, and now so I've had to like feng shui my room, like with crazy, like I'm doing jazz hands at the minute, you know, like Aaron Terrence Hughes. I'm doing like lots of moving hands. Like I had to move loads of stuff around, so everything's in places where I literally can't just like go and find stuff. But it is there, don't worry. I want that new La Nuit de la Homme sample from a set from YSL. Ooh. I'm also waiting for that vintage soap video, says Manly Sense. Yes, that's right. Vintage soaps, I've got those. That'll be a very niche video. Bar Soap Guy. Does anybody follow Bar Soap Guy? He likes to talk about economics sometimes. Interesting guy, Marvin. You can have a good conversation with him if you want to. But I've done it. I've got lots of vintage soaps. It's just strange hobby, isn't it? Just like collecting soaps and aftershaves and like colognes and stuff like that. Minis represent the great days of designer perfumery. So much care, says Bob. Yes, that's right. When there was a whole thing around a brand, you know, where it wasn't just about like trying to get like as much out of a brand as you can. And minis of Dior Sauvage. Yes, I've got a mini of Dior Sauvage as well. How that came to be I've got no idea where that came from. How did that happen? They must have just snuck that in one day. Quite cool though. Cool little bottle. See, I just think that like a mini version of something is cool. You know, just like a little version of something bigger is kind of cool. They were giving away 30ml as free samples at a time. I've got a vintage Derby mini as well, and they were amazing. In the what is called the Eagle bottle, even though it's not an eagle, it's a Roman Legionnaire's breastplate. But bought a vintage Caron Pour Un Homme, but I think it turned vinegary smell. Yeah, it sounds like it's turned. If all else fails, at least get the vintage mini if available, says Aaron. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Vintage soaps are outstanding, says the news. Yes. I've got a vintage Bellamy soap. Can you imagine? A Bellamy soap. A vintage one. So it smells like birch. I'm sure there's birch in the soap. Has to be. This is what it smells like. It's great. And it's the shaker one as well. You can tell by the pattern on the soap. Tower soap is fire. I tried Data Miner. He's got candles as well. I'd love to try a candle. I would love to try a tower candle. I bet they're amazing. Bob says 10mm Sauvage samples now. Hen's teeth. Yes. I think I've got one of those as well. Like I've got an Eau Sauvage sample. Like a little like a mini Eau Sauvage from back in the day. Yeah, I think my essay threw in those minis in, says interference. Yes. So I don't want to just throw them in anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Just if it's free, if it's cool, if it's a little, if it's a mini, just fuck it. Just throw them in. I have a mini Bellamy and love it. I am jealous. That is cool. That is very cool. Vintage soaps are outstanding, says Anoush. Yes. Yes, they are. The presentation's usually really good as well. Like, you get them in a tray. I know Audrey Jane got herself some Poison soap. I think it was from Anoush. Or it could have been from Le Parfumier. But she got herself some vintage Poison soap, and I looked at it when it came and I was like, wow. That is lovely presentation. Vintage soap. Girl on Vetiver bars of soap are so good. Yes, I've got one. I've got a little mini. I won a little mini travel set, and it was like 5 or 10 mils of Girl on Vetiver from in the Listerine bottle, but it was from the early 90s Listerine bottle. And it came with a soap as well, and the soap smells incredible. I think the soap smells as good as the fragrance does. It was gorgeous. I started collecting vintage shave foams. Yes, that's right. Even though he's got a massive beard, I started collecting vintage shave foams, and they stay surprisingly well. Yes. That's a cool little niche to, like, you know, that is like, I don't know why, but I find that very cool. Like, I think that's like interesting. You know? Shiva says, Bob, you're spot on. I've never saw it that way. Hermes still have great minis. Do they really? I've got actually, now you mention it, I've got a, what have I got? I've got a, oh my God in heaven. Tour de Hermes, of course it's Tour de Hermes, bloody hell. I've got a Tour de Hermes mini, and I love it, it's great. And they've got their 15mm bottles. I see Germs has just said the 15mm bottles are great as well. Jonathan says, I'm looking for a Blend 30 shave foam. Are you sure they made them? I'm sure they made them as well. Like, I'm sure that they have. But don't look for something that's not there. You'd probably find one in Japan. Japan's good for that. Oof. One moment, please. I need to hydrate. I also need to take some tablets. Ugh. Pardon me. Wow. Haha, straight in the bin. Good shot. Good shot, our boy. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Oh. I wouldn't mind some chips, or what you call fries, America. Oh yeah, they're out there, says Jonathan. Shiva says, a news reminded me of the mini bottles. Excuse me. Sorry. A news reminded me of the mini bottles. I was pleasantly surprised when I opened my package from him. Yes, he's great for that. He sold me a Cristal, or was it a number 22 or a number 90? It might have been all three, you know. And those old Chanel minis are fucking amazing as well, to be fair. I have the vintage, I have the Voyage de Hermes mini 5ml bottle. That sounds cool. Interference says, looks like I have a mini of Crizia Uomo and 2 Casanova. Also, Tour de Hermes 0 Intense Vetiver and Dior Homme Sport. Yeah, I know the Dior Homme Sports have got minis as well, because I was looking at them in the shop. And I was like, oh, do you sell the Dior Homme Sport? She was like, oh, it's like a free gift for purchase. Do you want a bottle of Dior Homme Sport? I was like, no. I'm not a massive fan. I ended up giving my Dior Homme cologne away. But I was like, I don't want a Dior Homme Sport. Like, no, thanks. But no thanks. Erin says, I have a couple of deodorant spray body sprays of old perfumes, the bath oils that I wear as fragrance. They keep very well, says Erin. Nice. Spaced Out says, yep, found it on a Croatian site this year. So cool. I don't even want to waste the juice. Such a cool little bottle to own. Nice. I like having like those little, they are great, like the little minis and stuff like that. They really are fantastic. I love it. I don't know. I've got to take poison tonight because I didn't take it last night because I was going to the museum today. So after the stream, I will go downstairs and I will imbibe me some poison. I might go to the butcher's tomorrow and get some meat. Just have a nice weekend of meat, you know. Oh, what else have I done? I don't know. I'm waiting on eBay getting back in touch with us, like, considering the shot all over us. Can't believe my friend said that Selena Dion was dead. Ooh. There's a picture auction on at my local auction house. That'll be good. I just got an email from them for that. Chat seems to have died. I am reliant on the chat tonight. I'm so tired after the day I've had. I had a big day last Friday as well. I went to meet Alan Hansen. That was fun. Went to Leeds. Just wish Leeds had more to offer, you know. I just wish Leeds had more to offer as far as shopping was concerned. Like Manchester's like quite good for like shopping and stuff. It's got a Selfridges. It's got a Harvey Nichols and stuff. Hasn't got a Harrods though. I have a couple of, sorry. I found a Romanian site recently with some gems. Anyone have experience ordering from Romania? Not personally. Not personally. No. I've never ordered Italy, yes. I've ordered loads of stuff from Italy and they're great. Never had any trouble voting, buying off anyone from Italy. You know? Only good experiences. But, I mean, Romania's right next to Italy, isn't it? So, hopefully you're thinking that... Hopefully you're thinking that... you're thinking that, like, it'll be the same. I imagine it will be. Most people are honest, you know. Like, that's something that, like, I mean, I know I'm about to say something bloody silly here, but the internet's taught us that, like, most people are decent. There's just a very loud minority of people who are absolute shithouses. So, you just have to just be careful. Oh, let's have a look. No. I'm not having that. Alright. So, I'll look at that later. Sorry. Italy is the mecca of vintage. Well, and Canada, says Jonathan. Yes. Pat Lester says, Rich, I had a rumour that in Europe you can't buy Louder for Men. Could it be discontinued? I hope not. I'd be surprised if anybody is in Europe and could check. I know you can still get Louder for Men from the Louder website for, I think it's like 70 quid. 60, 70 quid. I bought a bottle recently off Sonny Mitra, who the person I bought the Mikasa from, which is a beautiful fragrance, by the way. Very piney, very smoky, very leathery. Didn't like it at first, and then obviously loved it. So it should be that you should be able to. I would be surprised if it was sold in the UK, but it wasn't sold in Europe. Off to dinner with the lady. Rich, happy birthday. Blessings on your house, mate. Thank you, Jonathan. Same to you, mate. I hope you have a good date. Count Dracula's castle, says Bob. Ooh, spooky. It's going to eat your neck. Nom. But buying vintage is like roulette. If half of them turn, says Matt Trax. Yeah, I've had really good luck. I've had really good fortune with my vintages. One or two that I can't even remember. They have been bad, but most of them are really sound. Try any Maleg fragrances, says Matrax. Yes. I have a couple. They were sent to me by a friend, Peter Kokorin, and they are quite good. They're considerably better than I thought they were going to be, if I'm being honest. I've got one that's, I think it's Golden Guy, and then I've got another one which I can't remember the name of, sorry. Alan Hansen says, best birthday, buddy. Cheers, Alan, Matt. I hope you're well. I bought a Mini from Romania several years ago. No problems at all, says Alan. Yeah, I imagine that sound. Bon appetit, John. Don't smoke up the trattoria. I don't know what that is. Have a great time, John, says James. Me and James spending our birthdays together. Nice. My favourite is Canadian Gentleman and Golden Guy. Yes, Golden Guy is nice. Of that, there is no doubt. It is a nice fragrance, that. There's another one that I like as well, and I cannot for the life of us remember what it's called. Does it begin with a K or an I? Possibly. I think it's the incense one. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I can feel my mouth bleeding. Oh, very tired. I'll be going on the 2-hour mark tonight. We got a long stream yesterday. Oh, shit. People saying, did the Mighty Creed ever give us minis? No. Or if he did, I've never seen them before, you know? Which is a shame. Who's there? Hi. Where am I? Sorry, I've gone quiet there. Yeah, Creed never did any Creed never did any whatchamacallit, minis. And News says they only ever produced vile samples. And how vile they were. Matrax says, any good Roja fragrances? They all smell like high-end clones to me. That's exactly what they are. Roger uses... Well, he stole the Girl on cookbook, didn't he? Germ says, speaking of minis, my Eau Noir is almost out. Speaking of minis, my Eau Noir is almost out. Is it possible to find a full bottle of the real stuff anymore, says Germs. Yes, but you just have to be patient, mate. Just be patient and ready to buy it when you find it. You know? Just be patient and ready to find it when it is there. I see that Pep's just gone live. Sorry, Pep. I will unliven myself in 10 minutes. Once we get to 10 hours. 10 hours? 2 hours? I shattered after 2 hours. I've seen people do 24-hour streams before. There's absolutely no way. I couldn't possibly do 24 hours and get through 2 and I'm fucking lucky. You know? Like my voice would go. If nothing else. Excuse me. I'm sure I had something to like talk to you or tell you about, and I can't remember what it was now. Bloody silly. Anybody see Eugene's fragrance today? Eugene's fragrance. Eugene's video about the gym today. It was very good. Top 5 best perfumes for the gym. One of them was Rienne. Oops. Sorry about that, Eugene. Fucked really, because I never go to the gym. I was talking about it with Eugene yesterday, because he was saying like he wants to start going to the gym again and everything. Or he has started going to the gym, I should say, sorry. And he was like, oh, I was saying to him, sorry, I would like to start doing some exercise because I feel like I'm like seizing up. And then I was like, well, I could go swimming. Swimming's not a bad idea. So I'm thinking of taking up swimming because it'd be good for the back. It doesn't put like stress on the joints and stuff. And yeah, I think it would be good. It'd be good for us. I need to start moving around again because I've been still for too long. Oh. Eugene is always here. Welcome. Napoleon indeed. James says, speaking of minis, my own noir. Sorry, I've read that. Always here. Don't spend your money on a Roger when you can spend that money on vintage. Yeah. Just get the originals, mate. Just find out what he's cloned and then buy the originals, buy the minis. You could probably get them cheaper than a Roger as well. Spaced Out says, if I had a gym, I would ban fragrances. Just so that people couldn't say, oh, well, there's fragrance to the gym. I wouldn't wear a fragrance to the gym. I'd wait until I left the gym to put my fragrance on. It's such a strange thing to do. I just purchased the Niha van for $185. Is that a good price? Yes. Yes, it is a good price. Sorry, James, I sold all the litres I discovered 2 years ago. I know 2 blokes that have unopened 250s, though, says Bob. Maybe they will sell. What kind of music do you listen to? Everything. Everything. I've been listening to some Gustav Mahler recently. I like a bit of Puccini. Metallica. I like... I used to like the Kings of Leon before they turned to shit, which was like a decade ago now. Their first 4 albums were great. And then everything they've done since has been shocking. I'd have to go through like my playlists on YouTube. But like, I just like good music. You know? What else? Like, I like anything that I like. Same shit, different day, says Anuj. And same day, different shit. I've been listening to the Libertines lately, says Spaced Out. The first album was glorious, like, and then Pete Doherty decided that heroin was more important. As heroin addicts, I want to do. I'm glad he's well now, though. He's put on a lot. He's living in Thailand, and he's put on a lot of weight. But I'm happy that he's in a much better place. Yeah, he's actually from the next town over. I mean, he literally was born like 15 minutes from where I live, Pete Doherty, and then he moved down south. I mean, people from Hexham, that's what I used to say when I was younger about him. I used to say he was just a fucking smackhead from Hexham. Thanks, Bob. I really waited too long to pull the trigger on that. If they ever wanted to sell, I'll buy, says James. It's good stuff, you know. I know that Bry's just got some. Bry's been wearing it today, and he was like, mate, it's unbelievably good. Manly Sense says, yes, something strange happening to Lauda for Men. Not available on the Estee Lauder site of France or Italy or Spain. Available in German and UK versions only, I think. I hope they're not getting rid of it. Shiva says, now I'm going to pull the trigger on Amouage Minis. Yes, just don't get those dildo-shaped fucking butt plug things that they've released. Because that shit's just fucking no. My track says, try anything from 8 and Bob. Yeah, I've tried all of it, like the original. I think it's the original. One of them's really good. And the rest of them, I mean, the problem with 8 and Bob is the story. Like, it's so bad. Like, the story that they've come up with is just such bullshit. It just puts you off the brand, like. Spaced Out says, speaking of drugs, I would recommend watching Vice documentary on Datura, Devil's Trumpet. Ooh. Scary stuff. Steph says, what is your birthday scent, Duck, and birthday favourite meal? Birthday scent today, excuse me. A birthday scent today was Vintage Derby by Guerlain. And my favourite meal, especially on birthday, is spaghetti bolognese. Yeah, the story's kind of odd, says Matt Tracks. Yeah, it's just lies, mate. And Bob takes its name after a gangbang with Marilyn Monroe. Germ says, any surgery tons you don't have but want, Mitch? Yes. Lots of them. All, like, basically every, I wouldn't mind Saracens. Queer Maresque, which I've actually got, but I wanted in the old bottle. Fumari Turk, same thing. Borneo 1834, same thing. Iris Silver Mist, same thing. I wanted in the old bottle. Oh God, I'm not sure about Chypre Rouge. Rousse, I wouldn't mind a backup of Rousse. I've got Rousse, but I wouldn't mind a backup of it. It's glorious. Hello, Kazim. How are you, mate? I'm leaving in a minute, sorry. There are just so many surgery tones. It's crazy to keep track of them all, says Spaced Out. Yeah, it's basically, I would buy anything in the old packaging. That's probably the best way to say it, as long as it wasn't silly prices. You know, because people are trying to gouge with those prices, and it's scandalous, really. Bob says, I would have had the lasagna, side of meatballs and sausage. 2 glasses Chianti. Manly Sense says, and a census taker's liver. Yes. Fumari Turk is just a magnificent thing. Effortlessly sexy and French. I like Fumari Turk. It's got this kind of base sweetness that can push me. It's a little bit narcotic, Don't you find it's got this little bit of just slightly narcoticness, the same way opium has, that can, on the wrong day, just turn and make you like feel a little bit nauseous. But I agree with you. Have you tried Jus de Peau by Surge? Certainly have. It's outrageous. It smells like bread and milk. Kazim says, I'm well, mate. I hope you're having a good birthday, mate. Thank you. I am, Kazim. You are very kind. Hate and Burp has a great cover for that story. All that can disprove is it had their wig split. Damn, Doug. Everything nice, says Steph's. Cheers, man. Dr. Lecter makes a reference to perfume in that scene. He was on the ball. He certainly does. Was it Ledu Tom? It was Evian skin cream or Evian hand cream. But not today. I think it was Ledu Tom, wasn't it? Okay. We have reached the 2-hour mark. I am tired. I am weak. And I must go and take poison now. Friends, thank you very much. Flower Girl B, thank you. You are very kind. Thank you all for all the birthday wishes. You are very kind. I really appreciate it. There's lots of people I have to reply to. Lots of people have sent me coffees while I've been on air. While I've been on air. While I've been streaming. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. You are very kind. I really appreciate it. I will see you all again soon with another stream and another video. Good night, everybody.